Welcome everyone, Coast to Coast, week 2, following round 1's pretty disappointing result on the road at Marvel against the Roos. Of course, I'm joined by Oscar Allen. Oscar, before we get to the game and talk all the nitty-gritty, congratulations on reaching another milestone on the weekend, Sunday, the birthday.
Yes, thank you. I'm feeling old. I'm getting old, and I thought we'd just hit the nail on the head. I did miss from 2 metres out. Let's talk about it so we don't have to have any subliminal messaging.
Clearly playing on your mind. I haven't even addressed it and you want to jump right into it.
You know what? Sometimes the best way to deal with things is face it head on, and I crap my pants.
Can I have the under-over? I reckon the under-over of Insta messages about the goal. 8?
Oh, well over, mate.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. Most of it was actually from loved ones as well, which made it even more, I suppose, funny. But
Sure.
It was a frustrating situation, and Jamie Cripps came up to me at quarter time, and I was white. I was like, what have I just done?
Well, how long was it until quarter time when it happened? Were we 5
Probably
minutes?
Yeah, longer.
Yeah, it was. So you shouldn't have still been white from it, clearly.
No, but I was just like, I was still in the game, and then paused, and I was like, wow, what? And at first I was like, that'll be everywhere. Like, that'll be posted everywhere.
Yep. I'm sure, what is it? From the bounce or whatever that Sunday show is.
Yeah,
They would have led with it.
This is going to be everywhere. And
I was
like,
looking to blame JD, but I rewatched and I can't blame JD.
JD was yelling at me saying I was hot, and in hindsight, I was not hot. I could have walked into the goal line, so I'm glad he was yelling at me, telling me I was hot. But no, it's not his fault. It's my fault.
Well, when your opponent came up to remonstrate, the moment I knew that you knew how bad it was, when you didn't even want to remonstrate with him.
I just hugged him.
You were just
like,
I've got nothing.
Let's leave it.
I got nothing.
Yep.
Birthday, Sunday, what do you got?
I came home, Lorna and I went out for dinner, my partner. We went to Lotus underneath the Beaufort.
Yeah, any good?
Beautiful restaurant. It's an Asian fusion. I would highly recommend. Good plug for them.
Yeah, no, we're big on here on plugs. We don't get any money from that, but well done to you.
Yep.
So, as is now going to be custom for 2023,
Yes.
your weekend bog. Now, that isn't telling me what you dispersed over the weekend. This is your best on ground for the entire weekend. Can be sport, footy, or otherwise.
You start us off, Thump.
It's no doubt who the winner is in mine. It's the big kahuna.
Yeah.
It's Big T Nisbet.
Yeah.
He's getting my bog of the weekend.
Yeah.
You might ask why.
Why?
We haven't talked about this.
No.
Yeah, good setup. Because he obviously ticked off or approved the chartered flight.
And for those who are listening, the chartered flight means when we're ready to go, we go.
Unbelievable, hey?
And by the game, we were home by, 8:30?
It was. I mean, we were playing. That would have been terrible for Perth audiences getting ready to watch an Eagles game at 10:40
AM, yep.
No good. But I tell you what, it was great news for the players and staff because we got back at a great hour. The only time we'll get in at that hour for the entire year. But just the amount of room, spacious, you run your own ship in there. I was fully horry on the flight home. Full horizontal.
Really?
Had an entire row. It was just Hollywood.
Must be nice.
Oh, it was. Yep. So anyway, T-Niz, thank you for making a pretty tough afternoon.
A little bit easier.
Yeah, a little bit more tolerable.
Nice.
What do you got for me? It's a bit of a soft one there for me, but I'll get better as the season goes on.
My weekend bog was a gaff, and that is because he brought over a card game called The Mind. For those listening, The Mind.
Oh, so this isn't Werewolf you were playing in the alley?
No, it was The Mind. So it's a 2 to 4 player game. You're on the same team. Premise of the game, you've got numbered cards from 1 to 100. Without talking to your teammate, you got to put them down in the correct order ascending. So it starts off with 1 card each. So say I've got number 20 and you've got number 60. I wait for an undisclosed period of time until I think it's an acceptable time to put down number 20, and then you put your card down. Same simple premise, but as the levels go up, you get more cards to a stage where you have 12 cards each, and you're putting down cards without talking to each other, trying to get it in the correct order ascending. Quirky game, but you play it, and it is terrific.
Okay. So this is, how many people were playing it on the plane then?
Can be up to 4 players. So I think
4 teams or 4 players?
4 players.
Right.
So we're all on the same team.
Okay.
It's a great game.
Andrew Gaff, well done to you. So, Aussie, your first AFL game since round 23, 2021. You spoke a little earlier in the broadcast on the day to Benny Dixon, was it?
Yeah, Dicko.
And you articulated some of your thoughts of how you were feeling, but why don't you just do it here on the podcast for anyone that missed? How were you feeling pre and during for having such a spell out in the game and returning?
Pre was nervous, obviously. It's something where you just want to experience that body contact, experience stuffing something up, which I'm glad I got to do early.
But you had that in the NAB Cup, though, or the pre-season, so what's the difference?
It's not quite the same. Just the atmosphere of playing in a stadium, I think, is a little bit different. So it took me a bit of time to adjust, and I found I was definitely rusty. There were some things some things that people wouldn't necessarily understand if they weren't playing, but my depth perception was one where sometimes I thought my teammates were closer to me than what they were, so I thought, they'll be able to make that kick. Or sometimes I thought they were further away than what they were.
Is that a Marvel thing, or that's just a so many people in the crowd thing?
I think it's just a lighting thing. So enclosed stadium, bright lights, and it took a long time to adjust for me, but promising signs. I still had four or so shots at goal, so if I can do that all year, I'll go pretty well.
When I went out onto the ground pre-game at Marvel, because I was along for this one, might be my only journey for the year, especially with that record, yes.
Right, yeah.
It felt unbelievably warm inside Marvel.
Yeah.
Did they put on any kind of super industrial aircon when the game got started, or did it remain that hot? Because it was something like 40 degrees outside.
Look, it was pretty hot the whole day, and you're right. I think it was 38 degrees in Melbourne, and then the next day was 20 or something. So typical Melbourne weather for you, but yep, I don't mind it. It was good to get the first one out of the way, and although disappointing, I can at least tick that box.
It was a massive weekend in Melbourne in general because I had the Thursday night game, 90-odd thousand there.
Yep.
And then Friday night,
and then 86,
and then Friday night, Cats Pies. The weekend and the city was absolutely buzzing. What I thought, just breezing through. All right, let's touch a little bit on the game. Went down by 5 points. Yep. Real tough loss. I don't know if I would have rather, sounds silly in hindsight, to have not come back. In a sense, it was great that we showed the fight and got back in it. But that only played with my emotions more than the fact we almost pinched it against a team who Simo admitted was probably the more deserving winner on the day. The second quarter, the 6 goals straight. What was spoken about that perhaps during, and then at halftime, certainly how it was addressed?
Probably the numbers of the fact that we lost contested possessions by 38 or something, and then lost by 5 points is a pleasing sign, but it's pretty negative when you look at it and see how bad we got beaten in the contest, which has been a common theme for the last couple of years, and it's obviously an aspect that as a playing group we aren't happy with, and you look at that and you instantly go to the midfielders, but that's not correct. Like, we didn't get our structures right all day, and some real easy aspects that we can fix. So they're the pleasing signs. The negative is when things are going poorly. So I'm sure we'll touch on the second quarter. When things are going poorly, how do we rectify it quicker before waiting until halftime till we can have the coaches put a rocket up us to a certain extent and fix things on field ourselves as player leaders?
Did you find that halftime break extremely instrumental to actually sit down and cohesively chat to all lines about it all? Because when you're out there on the fly, there's only so much you can really do with sort of teammates that are by your side. You're still going to miss a forward that's on the bench not hearing what your new directions are kind of going to be.
Sometimes you don't even realise what's going on because you're so worried about, for me, my opposition, the guy I'm playing on, how I'm going, that I'm not too certain as to what's going on ahead of the play, like what's causing the malfunction at the source, and it turned out that there were things that us as forwards weren't doing right either. So sometimes for someone to come in and recollect your thoughts, all right, just take a deep breath, boys, what's going on? And we were able to rectify a lot of it, which is pleasing, right? We got ourselves into a game where I thought we were going to win, and I'm sure a lot of people at home probably did too at some stages.
During that disastrous second term, it actually entailed what my play of the day is going to be, and that was Jermaine Jones's almost solo effort with about 3 minutes remaining, collecting the ball in defensive half, got the kick forward, followed up, put a bit of defensive pressure on, a bit of 1-2 action through a tap, received the handball back, and slotted an incredibly difficult goal. And, you know, especially just before when JD had missed quite a gettable one, and for Jermaine Jones to say, look, I've got to stop the rot here, and he basically put it upon himself and kicked a really important goal for momentum, a little bit of confidence to bring it back to maybe 21 points.
Yep.
There was a close second in play of the day, which we'll discuss a little later, but that's probably going to get my vote there.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I thought that's when JJ brings that. He's an exciting player, and that's why we like him in the front half.
Saw a few comments online about why we're not playing him down back after his top 10 BNF finish. So I don't know if you want to address that at all.
I just enjoy him up in the front half.
I bet you do, yeah. We got a lot of quality defenders coming out of the back half is all I'll say there. Yeah. You got a play of the day for me, or you want me to give you one?
My play of the day was actually the first play. Well, not the first play, but I thought Liam Duggan had a stretch along the wing where he got 2 or 3 handballs and ended up actually getting it to me where I got a free kick on the goal line and was able to kick my first goal. But when Duggo brings that run and flare off the half-back line, and I'm sure that's something that people were saying, oh, why is Jermaine Jones up forward? I think it's because we have defenders who can do that as well, and they're really good lockdown defenders as well. So when they bring all attributes and aspects of the game, they're a huge strength to our side. And yeah, I thought Duggo, that play, probably 10 minutes into the first quarter, I'm not sure the exact time, but those listening, if you watch the game, will understand. I think he got 2 or 3 handball receives, long kick into the forward line, and led to us kicking a goal.
You're aware that the player of the day doesn't have to include a goal from yourself
really?
as well. You aware of this?
No, I'm not. I will, for this week anyway, we'll say it's that.
Fair enough. You know what was my close second was when Bunga went back with the flight.
Oh, and saved a spoil against Jaden Stevenson.
Correct,
yeah.
but got absolutely S-mixed at the same time as well. And he's so old. Every time he does it, he had one last year where I can't believe he bounced back up from.
Yeah.
It was hectic, and that was the same. I thought, if we're going to lose Bunga in the opening game to going back with the flight, geez, that'd just be the icing on top.
Yeah.
The 4 debutants club, that is.
Yes.
I want to speak about how you found their gelling within the group, sort of their emotions and attitudes leading up to a game. I always find it interesting of how different every player is on this squad, and I'm sure it's like this in all AFL teams. You can have players 2 minutes before running out being so relaxed that they're going up and talking to the junior mascot. Or you can have someone like yourself, and there's no shade being thrown here, but you are in the zone. I don't want to get anywhere near you. And we're reasonable mates where I could say good luck or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in your way. And Scully was the same. But others could just be joking around, and that's how they get into their zone of if I get too wound up and tense, it's not going to work for me.
Yep.
So how did you find those 4 with that in mind?
Chess was pretty relaxed, I think, and Hunty's done it before. Hunty's played 100-odd games, so he was pretty relaxed
Leave
as well.
Hunty out of that question, I guess, yeah.
I think Longy as well, just he's a country boy. He's relatively light-natured. He's a pretty calm guy. So I think Rubes was pretty locked in, and I'm sure we'll get to ask him coming up soon. Just a little teaser.
Exciting.
He was very serious, and when he played that way. His strength is a contest, and for an 18-year-old player, for that to be something that he already excels in is super exciting for what the future holds for him.
I don't want it to make it sound like these players who aren't switched on in the warm-up go out and
yes, no, that's not the case at all. Liam Ryan's laughing around, but he gets on the field and he's as serious to win as anyone else.
Well, Jamie Cripps is the same, and he is one of the most intense blokes out there who almost wants to fight everyone that he just has physical contact with. So I wanted to put that out there. Absolutely pumped. Well done for the 3 players. My highlight of the jumper presentation, besides seeing how happy the boys were, was Gov.
Calling debutant.
So another club debutant.
Yep.
And that was just an absolute highlight there from the
good.
governor, yeah. Enjoyed Noah Long kicking his first goal. Pleasing to see everyone got around him. It made my heart a bit warm seeing how many players got around you. Wasn't a brilliant goal. You from the top of the goal square.
Cheers,
it was a free
mate.
kick.
Thanks, mate.
What I'm saying is, for the Em to rush around you, it wasn't like you kicked goal around. It was more that's the respect you commanded from the playing group and how happy they were to see you back. So when I saw almost everyone get in the front half, barring everyone probably had a bit of energy at this point of the game.
Yep.
I think Noah Long deep into a third quarter, everyone was like,
In the fourth.
In the fourth they were like, oh, catch you at the end of the game.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's great to celebrate those moments with guys who are meeting milestones. I remember last year being disappointed I couldn't be out there for TBs because it was something that everyone always talked about when TB was going to kick his first goal, but it was special to celebrate and good on Longy. I thought he played his role really well on the weekend.
Liam Ryan, we'll get to him a little later in another section, but did you see would you call it goal celebration? Or
the knee wobble?
Yes.
Yeah, I was standing right next to him. I wasn't sure what was going on there.
Well, because obviously
Is it because he fell over and then marked it?
I guess so. It was an incredible grab that Liam Ryan hit the deck and then took it on knees with the shoulder, almost one-handed against his body. So was he almost boasting, saying, I've taken that mark on you with my knees were wobbling? I just couldn't get it.
I don't know what's going on.
Mate, he's your forward, mate.
But he was looking at the guy he was playing on. I'm not sure. Liam does some crazy things. That's what makes him a good player, because he plays on instinct, but I just wasn't sure what was happening.
The candy selling to North Melbourne players was one of the better goals for the day as well.
Yeah.
He just knows when the opponent is so close that he can do it.
I'd never do it.
What, to balk it?
I'd never do. I'd be like, I've got a chance here. I'm just going to snap this. I don't have the composure to think about that stuff.
Well, everyone will think you're a muppet if you get caught in a tackle when trying it, really.
Yeah, correct.
You'll just be hosed by everyone watching. So it takes some brass kahunas. Okay. Got Hearn spoil. Yeah, well, you got a player of the day for me?
I gave you it, Duggo.
Yeah, you did too. All right. Sheed, fair last quarter. I think he had it 8 times, I think, and fair few score involvements. Got thrown into the ruck as well.
Yep.
Late in the game.
Yeah, so he got thrown in the ruck and then he's come forward because that's when Noah Long kicked his goal.
Right.
It was after that play. And then I was like, Dommy, great job. And he just looks at me and he has this big scratch on his neck. He's going, I got kicked in the face. And he was so excited about it. Like, look, I'm a ruckman. I got kicked in the face. So, mate, what? How'd you get kicked in the face? Like, what are you doing in there? Like, you could not be doing the correct thing if that's what happens after that.
If you were Dommy's height and you were thrust into that scenario, obviously Jamo was subbed out. So we were short. You know, they don't want to throw you in the ruck playing deep forward this year. No Jakey Waterman, no maybe Harry Edwards, no kind of resting forward to come up and do it. So Dommy Sheed really had to.
Yep.
If you were Dom's size, what are we, 182, 183?
He's a bit bigger than that.
Is he?
Yeah, he'd be like 186.
Okay. Would you just wait for them to ruck and be a fifth rover?
Well,
or fourth rover, rather?
That was the plan. And
but he went up.
Yeah, but he got too close to him. He didn't go up.
Right.
He was supposed to wait, but he got too close and went underneath it where the ball was landing. So it was super self-inflicted. He's got no one to blame but himself.
He wouldn't have had a lot of practice at that, surely.
He was saying how, he was so excited until he realised and the umpire bounced the ball and there was no one else in the area and he was like, this is happening.
Righto, Oz, well, give me your votes then. 3, 2, 1. Give me your thoughts. Don't just look at the coaches' votes, mate. Be your own man.
I'm not looking at the coaches' votes, so I'll be honest. I think
you got 3?
Our skipper,
Yep.
Luke Shuey, led by example all day. I'll give him my 3 votes.
All right, well, that's six between the two of us for Luke. What was most disappointing is when he went and turned the clock back to 2017, had the high free kick, put the goal through, got us to within a goal.
Couldn't get done.
He had to go straight to the bench.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, bugger.
Severe work done on something. He
Really?
must have been absolutely cooked. Captain cooked.
Yep. 2 votes. I think we'll also agree. Liam Ryan.
Yeah, I did go Liam Ryan in the end. Had a real quiet first half.
Yep.
But we don't get anywhere near North without his second half heroics.
Yep.
It's tough to give someone 2 votes for a half.
Yep.
But I did it. Whatever. You
One
did
vote?
it also.
1 vote.
I had a little bit of trouble doing the 1 vote. Why don't you kick it off and we'll see if we agree.
I went with the man of the hour, Reuben Ginbey. I thought the way he played, the intent he brought to the game, he was awesome.
Yeah, hard to argue. I went Gov for the 1 vote. He was instrumental. TB was pretty helpful back there. Gov's crucial goal give up wasn't enough for me to knock him out of the place.
Yep.
Gee, that was clutch goal though. That was one of their 6. You know the one I'm talking about here?
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
But he did enough good things. So 6-4-1-1 is the leaderboard, and we'll see where that sits at the end of the season.
Well done. Let's have a brief chat about Waffle Watch. Because the Waffle Boys played on the weekend.
100%.
It'll be a brief one because it's not a proper game, so stats and the likes are hard to find.
Hard to find. It was impossible to find on the website. This is courtesy of Hungry Jack's, by the way, where the burgers are certainly better. Knocked off Claremont at Revo Fitness.
Good signs.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Revo Fitness.
What I find funny about that joint is they've got the gym out the front and they've got the windows where if you're on the treadmill...
You can watch the game.
No, like you walk past and watch people on treadmills.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
I'd find that pretty daunting if I was like a bit of a mess and going on treadmills and then any old Joe Blows come past and watching me just tongue it on a treadie.
Yeah, I don't spend a whole heap of time in commercial gyms, but I can imagine that would be a bad thing.
It'll be the worst thing for you, right? It's having a gym, your own space. When you eventually stop here, having to go to... you probably build your own gym in your mansion in Sereno. What am I talking about? I'm thinking of the general the public people. I can't go to a public gym anymore. I've just broken a light.
Jake Waterman kicked 3 goals. So Jake and... Did you actually break it?
Yeah.
Jake, he, by all accounts, played really well. I think Jake Waterman and Cooper Nitschke kicked 3 goals each. So Cooper Nitschke led our goal kicking in 2021, I believe.
Did he?
He did, leading goal kicker that year. But
well, we were only playing 3 senior blokes there at some stages of the year. So
that's
fair.
21, not 22.
Oh, man. Well said.
Jakey, very good on the day. He's pushing his case, and I wouldn't be surprised if he finds himself near the team this weekend.
You heard it here first. Harry Barnett had a couple of snags under his belt as well, which is impressive because he's had an interrupted pre-season with a little bit of hurty. So good to see him come back and play a game and get amongst the goal kickers.
Harry, the big Batman Barnett. I would not be surprised if we see the big fella out at AFL level at some stage this year. Once again, I'm breaking news here, left, right and centre.
Petreski-Seaton named best on ground by the WAFL competition. He had a couple of goals as well. Don't know his stats. That was pretty helpful.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff and the pressure he brought to the forward line looked elite.
So he played forward all game?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Excellent stuff there. And like our injury list is pretty good. So you got Rothy. Who missed, you know? Like
Yakin Louis, Nakanui.
Yes.
Yo.
Roth.
Yeah.
Is that it? Because Simo dropped a number of...
Jai Cully also did not play. He
Yep.
was a laid out. I think he had a little bit of tightness, but nothing that is too sinister. And I believe he might even be available for selection this weekend.
Okay. So good work from the Waffle crew there. We're actually playing at Minres Park, our home ground here at the Eagles. It's the only time we'll play a pre-season game here, and it's open to the public. So
Get down here and watch.
yeah, I don't know what time the game is. I probably should have prepared that. But
It'll be on Saturday, and the boys will be here to watch.
Really?
So all the senior guys, I assume, maybe not all of them, but I'll be there because I'm a footy nuffy.
Mm-hmm.
Come down and maybe you'll see us.
You're not in the coach's box again, like a helpful man you are. Have you escaped that duty for this year?
I play footy now. I don't coach, so that's we're going to stick with that so far until my body gives up on me.
All right. Well, then...
Which won't happen.
No, not at all. So Sunday is the game, Optus Stadium. Hopefully they've got it cherry ripe after Ed Mania.
And Frere will play there before us as well on Saturday, won't they?
Right. So you're going to have a keen look to see how the ground looks, so you just don't care?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The Giants knocked off the Crows, and they did it in pretty impressive fashion.
Did you watch this game?
No.
I watched this game.
Okay. Maybe I should stop talking.
I thought the Crows were going to win by 100 points. Like, they were dominant early.
Just first quarter?
In the first half, Isaac Rankin kicked 2 goals 5.
Yeah.
And, like, they were all over them. And then they flipped the switch. And the crazy thing was... GWS had Harry Perriman, one of their best runners, go down with a hammy. Lockie Whitfield and Josh Kelly both get concussed, and they just got better and better as the day went on.
Instrumental players for him as well.
It was ridiculous, and just watching it, it was pretty impressive how they responded to that adversity. And it's going to be an interesting game on Sunday. Obviously, I have strong belief that we can knock them over, but they played a good brand of footy, so it should be a great game.
All right, excellent. I think we've got Reuben Ginbey knocking on the door. Let's bring in the great man. Thanks for sticking around for the marquee event of today's podcast. Of course, it is none other than Reuben Ginbey joining us in studio. Oh, man, there's debuting at Etihad in front of... How many were there?
12,000?
Yes.
No, I'm not sure. No, I shouldn't have said that.
Throw some more shade at the North.
So probably like 20. I don't know.
Right, well, there's that. And there's appearing in this radio studio, which is easily surpassing that. What's going on, mate? You just came from the presser. How was that?
Yeah, the pressure was fine, and when I got the nod from Thump early in the week when I was coming on the podcast, I was super stoked, and nearly more stoked than getting the debut, to be honest. So it's great to be here.
Agreed.
I like how it's earlier in the week. This is how much confidence we've had in you, mate. And I'm not sure if we should pump up his ego.
He could have had like a two-touch game. He's still coming on.
We talked about this almost, 3 months ago? We caught up for a coffee and we said, like, podcast, what do we want to do this year? There's a bit of thought that goes behind this.
Correct. So I think it's the first meeting in 4 years. So
and I'm pretty sure there was already a conversation about Reuben Ginbey.
There was, man.
And we were saying he's probably going to play really early in the year, and we're going to get him on straight away.
And we did. And we held our promise together.
We did.
Are you aware of your little tackle effort and where it sits in debutants?
I have. I did see that on Instagram, actually. I think I was second. It's a bit, when Cunnington, when I apparently pushed him in the back, I thought I'd get a bit close to the record, but that's all right. That happens.
Do you know who's third?
Jai Cully actually did go up to me this morning and said I got him by 1, so
Love that.
I was pretty stoked with that to get him.
Yeah, very good.
How'd you... on that, because we're talking about Sheasel's effort for his disposal. So great couple of debut games from old Shees and yourself, Reuben. Do you know him, or did you just meet him on the drafting circuit? Like, did you know him beforehand? Talk to him after?
Slightly. I didn't talk to him after. I was going to go shake his hand, but he was already with the media, so I didn't get to say hi to him. But I've met him at just the combine and the draft night as well, but nothing more than a hey, hello, how you going kind of thing.
Yep. So he had it 34 times. I think, was that the record?
Yeah, fair player.
Do you know who also sits high up on that record?
I do. Do you know he's a staff member at the football club?
No, I do not.
It is Brad Dalziel, who had it. Oh, I've got it written down here somewhere.
He works in the community department. He runs the community camps.
Well, there you go.
He made his debut for Brisbane, actually playing West Coast. He had it 32 times.
Jesus, that's fair effort.
Yeah, but he's flat because every single time someone breaks it, he gets further down this list. And if the Fox graphic only has it 5 times, he'll eventually get squeezed out.
Yep.
So he's getting a little bit nervous, Brad. I asked him to come on and say a couple of words. He said, no, Thumper, I will shelve it. But he was first to text me saying, just make sure you mention it in there, will you? Why don't you talk debut? How were you the whole experience? Were you nervous, super focused, super excited? Give me a rundown of the emotions.
Yeah, so when the big reveal came out on Tuesday, when Boots all said to the four boys they were going to make their debut, was great. And then for Thursday came around pretty quickly, and to fly the 5 of my family members over and also my host mum. So we had a bit of a crew of the Ginbeys there. And then, the whole experience over there was great. I've hardly even been to Melbourne many times. I've probably only been there twice. So to have another bit of a, holiday over there was good to get a few days off. And then to have the captain's run and punt road. Never been there before as well, so that was great.
How good did it look out there just quietly?
Awesome.
It was a fashion show I was thinking of entering at the same time going on there.
Yeah, for those listening, you have no clue what we're talking about. There was a fashion show that was happening on Saturday morning, so they were doing walkways on the side of Punt Road whilst we were playing. But yeah, it was great. I love it there. It's a pretty cool ground, hey?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously the fashion show adds to a bit more excitement, build up to the game. And then when, Saturday came along, I was just getting to my game prep. And, as soon as I got to walk out on Etihad for the first time, about an hour before the game, just have a look around, touch the grass, just really felt all a part of it, and it was super exciting.
Were you involved in the first goal kicked as well? You run on the wing. Was that the first score involvement?
I think that might have been our first goal. So I was, out the wing, and I was lucky enough that, JD gave me the handball receive come past.
So he's looking after some people.
And he kicked it to me.
Correct.
There we go.
There you go. Love it.
Kicked it on Aussie's head, and it went out the back, and then, JJ managed to snag one.
Well, in the pre-season, on the Tuesday when you got told, Shuey actually said bring us home the win. So have you apologised to the captain for
not getting it done
not
for us?
getting it done, mate?
That's actually a bit of a funny one, because he said he owes me a goal, because there was one where I don't know if I had the leg, but I'll say I did.
Definitely. At least 10 teammates pointed to goal. They knew he had the leg. They're like, do it.
So,
and Boots running past.
Think it was third quarter. Gaffy gave me a
It's just when he towed it for the second time.
Yeah, so I had it marked it probably on the 48. I was going back and I saw the skipper running past and by himself, and I thought, you can't burn the skipper in your first game, can you? So I gave it to him, and he running into 45 on the run, and he kicked it top of the goal square, and then anyway.
He struggled to get to the top of the goal square, I thought.
So, mate, you made a comment just then, so you flew your family over and your host mum. So those who don't know what Rubes is talking about, so you're from Dunsborough, so you're remote, you can't live at home and then still come into the football club every day. So you've moved in with a host family, which is a family, and all the guys who come from interstate or country Western Australia, they move in with them and they kind of look after you, cook, clean, just integrate you into being a grown-up. How have you found that experience?
He's in God's country in Karrinyup at the moment, so loving life.
Yeah, right. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, so when I got drafted and I heard I was staying in WA, I knew I had to make the move, 3 hours north to Perth from Dunsborough. So for the first 2 weeks, I moved in with 2 of the draftees from last year, Campbell Chester and Rhett Bazzo.
Who are literally 2K away from this new house you're in, presumably.
Yeah.
Great move.
Yeah, so that was a good first couple of weeks, just settled into the club with those boys, and then moved in with my host mum, which is up in Karrinyup, and that's been a super great experience, and I love living there. She makes it pretty easy. I haven't cooked yet, I haven't cleaned yet, and haven't done my washing yet, so all I really have to do is eat and play footy pretty much, so she's making it super easy for me.
So what would you have chosen if you had the decision? Maybe if the house was big enough with Chess and Baz, would you rather stay with the lads or just be mothered?
So at the start, I thought I'm enjoying it here with the lads, but after I got out of there and moved in with Anne, and the cooking was a bit better, and I didn't have to do the washing, and the house smelled a bit nicer than the boys' house, I was really happy that I'd moved out of their
cool.
crib.
So this isn't your first time in Perth though, because you boarded at Wesley, so you had a scholarship there, and you won the school's BNF in year 11, did you not? Talk to me about that. What scholarship did you have? Did you enjoy going to boarding school there?
And if you want an Alco?
Yeah, righty, I'll knock through those questions. Yeah, so I moved up to the school in the start of year 11. My granddad was head boy at Wesley in 1960.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. So that helped get a scholarship there. Year 11 footy year, Wesley had been pretty useless for the last few years, and we ended up getting a few recruits, and we got Michael Broadbridge and Shane Woden to coach, which is a pretty stacked coaching lineup.
It's a big name.
So that for a school footy team's pretty massive.
Yeah.
I guess I had a decent year 11 year. I hadn't played much backline then, or even competitive footy, so I was just stuck down back, and I was able to play on boys like Jesse Motlop, and played on Rhett, actually clamped him up. In the first game of the season.
Not hard.
Yeah, so he was actually a forward then, so yeah.
How the times changed.
It probably shattered his confidence to go back after that.
I think that's why he's moved back after I clamped him. So.
And the Alco, did you get near it?
We came second the 2 years I was there by game, so we couldn't quite get it done.
Just the one Alco winner here at the table then, I guess. That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't count when you play in the fourths, mate.
So I wanted to ask, because they reckon you've grown 10 centimetres and added 15 kilos. So I'm getting visions of you just going straight to Cold Rock after all training and the club literally stretching you out in some kind of machine. Do you reckon you're still growing?
So I've grown 3 centimetres since I was drafted in October.
How tall are you?
I'm 191 now. So I was 188 and put on 4 kilos since I've been here. So hopefully can keep growing a bit more. Never know.
It's outrageous, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. So I was 191 when I was drafted, and I'm 196 now.
There you go.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, we've got some... I've got a little bit of facts to bring to you. Before we get to the fan questions, I'm appreciative of everyone that sent stuff in. You've said somewhere along the line that your favourite movie is Despicable Me. That can't be real, can it?
Yeah, no, that was stupid. I just crumbled under pressure at the podcast.
Excellent. I've never been prouder to hear that as a proper answer.
That was my first podcast a few months before the draft. A bit nervous. I don't know why I said that. Now,
Do you want to lock in a new answer?
Yeah.
Yes. Grown Ups with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, cracker. He's gone from worst on to best on.
Strength to strength. That's shocking.
That's a late movie, both of them.
Yeah. So now, mate, I see you also won the MVP at the Under-18s in the National Championship.
Did you win that?
No, but I won a different medal. How'd you go?
Coach's Award?
How'd you go on the Lark medal vote count, mate?
Lark medal.
Yeah.
Don't even.
I thought that was best WA player.
No, Lark medal's best player in the country. So I didn't win the state one. Aaron Norton won our state one. You won the state BNF?
Yes.
Anyone else that was anywhere near you in the state BNF or a runaway winner?
I think Darcy Jones, who went to GWS, was a bit close, but he got COVID halfway through the champ, so he missed a game. So I think that helped my chances to take away the medal. In terms of Lark medal, I didn't even know what it was, so that probably shows how close I was to it. So.
There was an interview at the start of the year. You said you were looking forward most to playing with Shuey and Sheed. Mm-hmm. And you've just accomplished that. Did that live up to the hype? Is it what you expected? Nice little life box tick. Talk to me about the experience of playing with those two.
Yeah, so I think they're probably our 2 most experienced mids that we have at the moment. Along with Yoey probably, but those guys have been great ever since I've been in the club, and I've still, because I've been down back for the last 2 years and still learning my midfield craft, but having, Dom and Boots helped me out. It's been great, and they were super supportive this week in my first game, and I can't wait to keep playing some more footy with those 2 blokes.
Well, Dom's a mentor now, right? So you guys have kind of sectioned off and got a few leaders that are quote-unquote mentors of your group. Besides from not being able to read his ruck taps on the weekend, has he been able to offer you much sort of in the way of inside info?
Yeah, I think, ever since I've been to the club, people have hyped him up as one of the more smart footballers, and I can definitely...
Couldn't be true. Who's giving you that, Falsey?
I don't know. I think Simo said that a few weeks ago, one of the smartest footballers ever.
Of the craft or like IQ?
I think, footy craft.
Yeah, craft.
Yeah, he knows everything about the contest and the stoppage and reading the ruck taps, so hopefully they can pick a bit of his brains and keep learning.
Now, I'm not sure if you're going to like this conversation, Rubes. So we have a fines meeting all the time, and we obviously introduce the first-year players and look back and see if we can find anything on the internet. And something came across our desk of back in February. You had a Fringe show, and you and Harry Barnett got hypnotised. Can you just explain to us a little bit, to the people listening, what is going on there? Yeah,
so Barney had his birthday in, I think, the start of Feb, and his host family gave him 2 tickets to Hypno Hale, which is, hypnotist at the Fringe show. And, Big Barney just said, "Rubes, you want to come along for my birthday?" And I was like, God, yeah. Why wouldn't I want to go along and get hypnotised?
You hadn't seen anything like that prior? This is all very new?
Never even, didn't believe in hypnotism, haven't never seen any of it before. So me and him rocked up, and Hypno Hale came up and said, I'm not going to pick any volunteers, but whoever wants to come up can come up. And me and Barney were the first 2, middle of the stage. So which probably, I don't know. I mean, I don't regret it at all. It was heaps of fun. And then, we ended up getting hypnotised. I was the world's, best model walker, looking like an idiot. Unfortunately, Barney's video never got leaked, which is him dancing around like a cheerleader, which I was a bit unhappy with. So the West only got their hold of me looking like an idiot, and Barney was even better with big, bright pink pom-poms.
Does that mean he leaked it then?
Well, I have no clue, because when I first saw it, I didn't really read the caption. I was like, God, Rube just had a steamer this weekend. And then, what's he doing on a stage? I thought he was like in a night. I was like, what is going on? And then when you look further into it, Rube's is playing the air drums running around. And Batman's in the background, just head down, pretending he's playing the drums. Mate, if you can find this video, can you please get it out to the socials? Because it is awesome.
I think the club's trying to wipe it from its existence.
Yeah, right.
So full believer in hypnotism now, I'm assuming?
Yeah, definitely.
Or hypnosis, rather?
Yeah, to make me do the model walk and also, the drumming, which is probably what I'm most famous for. So, yeah, I'm a full believer in it, and I was under his spell. So
Great first goal celebration, you reckon?
Yeah, I think it will be. Do you have any recollection of it, or can you only recall it from seeing videos? Like, do you remember doing that stuff, or?
Yeah, so you do remember doing it, but I'm definitely not someone to get up and dance around and do something stupid. That's the opposite of me on a stage. But so I knew what I was doing, but you kind of like block out the crowd and you just like listen to it, and you pretty much have no feeling of embarrassment or what you're doing really, but you know what you're doing. So you have control of yourself, but there's no feelings attached to it really. So I wasn't a believer, but I am now. Tell you that much.
All right, mate. We could pump his tyres up all day. You want to get some fan questions now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. This is from... Geez, you see the back chat post yesterday that blew up a bit from Dan Const?
No, what was it?
Said that Kendall Jenner's favourite player is Reuben Ginbey. 600 likes or 1,000 likes. Do you see any of this?
Is that true?
Absolutely not.
Right, okay, yeah.
Kendall Jenner?
I couldn't
draw you one.
How does she know what footy is?
No.
I actually did see that yesterday. Me and my host mum were just sitting on the couch watching a bit of TV after dinner, which we do every night. She comes along this and on her Facebook and she goes, "What is this? How does she know who you are?" I don't know how real it was, but I'll definitely take it.
Now, you weren't watching maths, were you? Because I was talking to your family post-game in the change rooms, and my God, when they started to give me a bit of insight into yourself, the love of budgie smugglers was right up there.
Wow.
Saying that you're a big fan of them. Don't know if it's the feel or the look, but then they also started to get talking onto some maths, and I thought, Jesus, you better stop talking to me. This is going downhill quick for the young man.
Maths, not a huge fan. I've heard Ozzy and Gaffy are pretty big fans. Am I right there?
I'm a massive Survivor man. I would not put on maths to save myself. I think that's Alex Witherden and Gaffy who are having those junk conversations.
Okay.
But yeah, we're all big Survivor men.
I think that was Baz Williams as well with the maths.
Yes.
So I'll chuck it on every now and then, but I couldn't tell you really what's going on there.
From the Reuben Ginbey clan, who's your favourite sibling?
Probably young Hugo, I reckon, my little brother.
Singled it out too.
What is he? I think he's 11 or 12. I'll go with 12. He started year 7 this year. And he's all into his footy. He loves it.
Have you swayed him yet? Have you swayed any of the family members?
To support the Eagles?
To not follow that mob down the road.
Everything was coming out was that you're a massive Freo man growing up, and the whole family was as well.
Yeah, so we were Freo people. I was probably the biggest Freo fan because Mum and Dad, Dad as well, but he never played footy and Mum still doesn't really know what's going on. But
Perfect.
yeah, when I got drafted, my little sister always went for Eagles as well because she loved Nick Nat, big surprise. But as soon as I got drafted here, I was super happy and the family switched over straight away. So no strings attached there.
So the young fella had an absolute ball, like in Eagles change rooms post game. Unfortunately, no victory, but then he was at captain's run. Was he the most excited of the whole experience, or what?
Yeah, definitely. He loves it, and he's when he was watching me playing the champs in draft night, he says his dream goal one day is to be a footy manager or a recruiter.
Yeah.
So he's definitely trying to learn his craft there. So
Love it.
Well, that's awesome.
We've got a question from Matt_Stevo06. What are the personal areas of improvement that you've been focusing on in your first preseason?
Yeah, so as I said throughout the podcast, I'm still learning my midfield craft because I've been in defence for the last 2 years mainly. So the main areas of improvement coming into the club was just really improving my knowledge and body work and skills all about the midfield craft and just learn off Nick Nat and learn how the rucks work and how really quality AFL mids work.
Love it.
Got a few questions around free time clothing. You know what that is? No?
Free. I think they've sent me a DM once, but I'm not all over it.
No.
This is not the place to go to for extra plugs. I'll give you the tip. Like, if Rubes gets back to you personally and wants to talk about it, or if you're a personal friend, yes, but please don't send your plugs in.
All right. Reed Bennett 06. Did you win a flag in Busso Junior League?
A flag? No. We were... When I was year 3 to year 6, Dunsborough was always the most dominant teams. We had a few teams. I think we had 3 teams out of Dunsborough, so we always used to smash the Busso teams, but we never counted score or flags then. And then when you moved into, older footy, high school footy, year 7 to 10, we were useless and bottom of the flag. I won a year 7 B grade flag once.
Is that the only premiership?
Which is for 5th.
Yeah.
So 5th to 8th do their own grand final. So still got a flag and a medal for 5th.
That is not real.
That's appalling.
Still a flag. and I got best on ground in the year 7 5th grand final. So that's my only flag ever.
That's funny. All right, we've got one from Fletcher_Weatherall. Best mate golfer from Dunsborough Lakes.
Ooh, I think he's asked this question for a reason, but I will not go with Fletch Weatherall. I'll go with Evan Cotalonga. I've played with him a few more times. Yeah, Fletch is not bad. Buoyant boy, but I'll have to go with my Dunsborough mate, Evan Cods.
Love it.
Good burn. Charlotte 14 wants to know what kind of music you listen to. And off the back of that, Chloe JH reckons they spotted you at Ed Sheeran. Any confirm deny for that one?
I would love to go to Ed Sheeran. I do like him a lot, but unfortunately I wasn't there. Once again, my host's mum went and forgot to get me a ticket. So
Can't do it all for you, mate.
yeah, but in terms of type of music, not really too much of a music guy before games or anything, but anything pretty relaxed. Like I used to like Post Malone, Ziggy Albert's a little bit, and also a bit of Skeggs, a bit of surf rock, that kind of thing. So anything, a bit more on the relaxed side of things.
Are you doing any surfing here now? I mean, you're missing out on some great breaks back home.
Yeah,
You're fighting the crowds down at Trig, or what?
I haven't. I didn't even bother bringing my board up. Not. I've had a look at it a few times and didn't really appetise me, so I'll just wait till when I get home.
Just second rate. It's like I'm not succumbing to this.
Yeah, pretty much. Crowd's too big.
Has it too good.
Yep.
We've got one from Maya Jalia. We'll go with that.
Sure.
How did you balance year 11 and 12 in footy, being recruited and drafted at 18 years old?
Yeah, so I'll go mainly with year 12. So my draft year fell into my last year at school, so that was pretty busy.
Did you smash TE, or what do they call it now?
ATAR. Oh, I didn't do too bad. I got in the 90s, which was all right.
You've wiped the floor with me. How'd you go?
I got in the 90s.
Low 90s?
Yeah. What'd you get?
91.
Got him.
Well, you were head boy. You better have done something.
I was the dumbest head boy in the history of my school. Like, head boy in history is always head boy, head girl, valedictorian up the top.
Right.
And I didn't get invited back for getting in the top, 5% or whatever. So, yeah.
So you were able to balance it quite well, or effective enough, Rose?
Yeah, so I think I was predicted, mate, I was a bit higher throughout the year, probably more 95s. And then as it went into the pointy end, I had the combine and draft probably a few weeks after my exam, so probably didn't do as much study as I should have, but still chipped away and managed to get it all done.
Love it.
We're gonna talk a little bit of combine when you step out of the room. How did you find the combine in general, as an experience and as a true measurement of talent at that age group?
Yeah, I think the combine, it was a great experience. It probably suited me quite well because I'm been gifted with a bit of natural athleticism, both in short distance, power, and also endurance. So I think the first 2 days were just a bit of media stuff and club interviews, which are they can be a bit nerve wracking, but after you get them done, they all ask the same pretty silly questions. So and then the last day it was actually nice to have a run around and get tested, and then fly back home. And I guess that was the wrap up of your draft year.
That answer from you describes how humble you are, because there is some sense of natural ability with speed, but you aren't naturally just running a really, really good 2K. Like, you obviously worked your backside off last year, and it's something, once you finish playing the regular season of footy, I'm not sure what it was like for you, but for me, I was focused in on, all right, let's get good scores with the combine because it's your best way to enhance your draft stock. Was that something you focused on as well? Did you specifically train for it?
Yeah, definitely. After, my season finished up, I didn't get to play any finals for Colts or League because League didn't make, and I didn't qualify for Colts because I didn't play enough games. So my year finished quite early, I guess. So
How many you got to play?
You got to play 5 and only played 1.
Okay.
Played my first and last Colts game of the year. So I had, probably a month and a half of training before the combine. My main goal was to just get my 2K down because it wasn't great. It was probably around 640 at the start of the year. And I managed to get it down to about 615, and now I've got it down to around 6. So it's something I'll keep improving on.
Freak show.
6.
Freak show.
That's insane. Taylor Batley wants to know if you're single.
I am.
Hit him in the DMs. Enough said.
I am single.
We got one from Barn Doggy 17. Who styles your hair?
Styles my hair. I've had a few different haircuts over the years, actually.
Are you most proud of this one?
Nah, not really. I'm probably most proud actually, about a year and a week ago today, I did the world's greatest shave. Nice. So I got a 0. So I was a skinhead throughout pretty much my whole draft year, which is probably hard to imagine now. And because I'm pretty pale and my hair's blonde, it looked like I was fully bald for a long time. But it is nice to have a bit of hair on my head now. But I don't really know what I'm doing.
Did you hear what I just heard there?
No.
Blonde?
Yeah. Isn't it blonde?
I'd say it's got tinges of red in it if you're asking
really?
me.
No, he's minus freckles.
Strawberry.
Have you ever gone down to a 0 or 1?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, often.
You got a head for it.
Yeah. I'm going to be bold soon, so I like to make people be constantly looking at it. So when I do have to shave my head, it's just the normal thing for me.
Yeah. Duran Moritz Sure. Favourite teammate? Can't say Oz. Too easy.
Favourite teammate? That's a good one. I'll go my locker partner, Elijah Huey. He's he's a different cat and he's an intense fella, but no, he's
Full of beans, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Having Yoey on one side and Huey on the other side, it's great.
Tough sandwich.
Mate, you'll be deaf very, very soon.
Yeah. They're mostly arguing or fighting, and I'm just the guy in the middle just watching. So, yeah, it's a great place to be, locker number 7.
Love it. That's good.
Favourite thing to do in Dunsborough from, is that Japser? I don't even know. We'll say it's Jasper and it's just some poor spelling. Jasper, favourite thing to do in Dunno?
So I've hardly been home over the last 2 years, but whenever I get back or when I was growing up, I love to go for a surf. That's something I guess my dad did and he got me into it as well. Now I can drive, it's easy, but when you're young you had to get your parents to, I guess, slug you around and drop you off. But yeah, something I love to do when I'm home.
Something I'll just touch on it. It's not in the run sheet, but recently you were home and it was over the Christmas period. Went for a break and there was a big group of us there because we had Tommy Cole's wedding and we had a running session. Did you notice that all the fellas were relatively hungover that morning, and you were smashing us all in the running, or did you just think, I'm flying, I've had a great week after the Christmas break, I'm not sure what these guys are doing? Could you tell that we're all a little bit dusty from the night before?
I think so, because I've been, probably only at the club for 2 weeks before the Chrissy break, and I didn't do the first 2K, so I was still, and I had hardly joined in the running, so I was pretty, I don't know, I guess I was trying to impress the boys with my running ability, but they probably were too busy thinking about they're going to spew and a bit hungover, so I thought I was flying, but no, I was probably a bit oblivious to that.
On that, Rubes, because the first year's players have a bit of a sort of controlled pre-season, was that at all sort of frustrating from yourself, knowing that you really wanted to showcase what you could do to put your best foot forward for a round 1 debut? It all worked out in the end, but you're obviously pulled from a fair few drills. You managed, which I think they've got great data to show this is the way to do it. But was there a part of you going, just let me off the leash a little here and can I show you what I can do? Yeah,
a little bit. I think my strength as a footballer probably isn't my skill, but it's probably just playing games and contests and athletic ability. So be able to get held out all the running and that kind of thing where I thought I could showcase myself and hopefully be amongst the best group. It was a bit frustrating for the first few weeks, but then after Chrissy we were thrown into pretty much everything and straight into just started with 20 minutes of match sim and then built throughout there. But they're smart guys. They end up doing it well and it ended up working out perfectly. So,
you got anything from Oz? You got one more question from yourself?
No.
I just want to know what your favourite part of the weekend was. It's a real cool experience and it's done and dusted now. What was the best part?
I reckon just running out into the field for the first time. I started on the bench, so I was on there for probably only four or 5 minutes.
That's the worst, man, when you're so amped to get out there and play, especially for a debut, and you're jacked. Boots has just spoken to you. You're so jacked. Just go sit down for a few minutes, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon it's not a bad start. So Tom Cole always starts on the bench. He's played, I don't know how many games, over 100. He requests to start on the bench. So every week he will always start on the bench. It's weird. The game happens and when I'm on the bench, I hate it because I'm this game is going so quick. I won't be able to keep up with it. Well, whereas when you're out there, it's just part of it. It's natural. You're following the play and you're not thinking about it. When you came on, did you feel that is going quick or, all right, let's just play a game?
I was looking at it a bit. It did look quick, but I think when it was, I came on for Shuey, and when it was my time to go, I just, ran straight on, and it was in our D50, so I just did everything I could to get it out of there. And for the first half, it was feeling pretty quick, but overall, it was a pretty solid game. I thought I built throughout the whole game and found my feet a little bit. So.
Couldn't agree more, mate. It was a fantastic start of a very long career for the club, I'd imagine. Thanks for joining us. You've done the presser into our interview, and you're going to go pump some more weights. So a very busy day. Appreciate you fitting us in, Rubes. Good luck for the week ahead.
Sweet as. Thanks, Thumping Aussie. And great to chat to you fellas.
Well done, mate. 1 down, 299 to go.
All right, Oz, we're going to shelve Rate My Content until next week because we forgot to bring it up with Drew.
Yes. I've got a good one. I'm excited to talk about it next week.
Yeah, I've got an adequate one and I will definitely roll it over again for next week. What I want to talk to you about, a couple of things. The first is going to be, I asked Reuben very quickly about the draft combine.
Yes.
And what he thought of the experience. There was a story that surfaced in the US about a USC offensive linesman, Andrew Voorhees. Hope he's no relation to Jason. That would be devastating. You're a bit young. Jason Voorhees is the Friday the 13th killer. But we'll push through that one, eh?
Yeah, keep going.
He suffered a torn ACL during the draft.
I did see this.
Combine drills. He battled through and still did the bench press option. So he's got a torn ACL. He's like, I want to do something to show that I am half decent. and he actually had the combine high reps in the bench press, whatever they have to bench.
225 pounds, which is 100 kilos.
Can you bench that?
Yeah, but not 41 times like he did.
How many times can you bench?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you about how you thought. Can you comment properly of the combine? Because you were giving me a stat the other day which blew my mind. You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, okay. He might not like it, but let's go.
Okay. So it really is sort of a make or break period in an under 18 person's sort of chance at making the AFL.
Yeah.
How much weight do they really throw behind these things? They've got a truckload of vision, these recruiters. Is having your vertical jump or your agility microseconds off, or the fact that you might go 2 from 5 and you're kicking in the opposite foot instead of 4 or 5. Could be a windy day. Do they do it at Marvel?
Yeah.
Can't blame the wind?
No, it's a good question, and it is an interesting topic, and I have a firm belief that if you're a good player, combine, I shouldn't say good player, if you're a highly touted prospect, that sounds much better, you are less likely to get impacted by the combine.
Okay.
So I always think the combine can really help you positively. And
if you're a fringer, it's going to help you more? Is that what you're saying?
Yep. I think if you have a great combine athletically, it can really help you, but I don't think a really poor combine can overly hurt you. So that might seem a little bit counterintuitive, but someone like Reuben Ginbey, who we just spoke to, came in and he was top 5 in the vertical jump, 20-metre sprint, agility, and the 2K. That's obviously going to help you combine.
Yep. Whereas
in my combine, I think Cam Rayner ran an 8-minute 2K, which is not good. Still won't pick one.
What about the possibility of a youngster doing a hammy on a 2K? I mean, you've got to run the 2K, I guess, in the sport like this to show, hey, I can run distance.
Yep.
What about agility tests? You're on hard surface. What if you're twisting stuff, pop a knee, do an ankle? Do we need to be doing that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's an interesting topic. I think in the NFL it's far more prevalent because they take guys through more role specific. So for those listening and don't know what I'm talking about, if you're an offensive tackle, you go through specific offensive tackle drills. So at the combine, we do athletic drills, which they do with the NFL combine, and they do skill drills. And our skill drills are 5 kicks on your left, 5 kicks on your right, 5 handballs on your left, 5 handballs on your right, 5 set shots. That is not far enough in-depth knowledge, and I don't think any recruiter worth their weight is going to look at that and be like, oh, so-and-so's a great kick because they went 4 out of 5 in closed conditions where nothing was affecting, there was no decision-making being made.
There's no pressure as well.
No pressure.
Who holds that record?
Xavier O'Neill holds the record of a perfect kicking score. So
what, 5-5 on left and right?
And then 5 out of 5 set shots.
Wow.
Which is not who I would have picked.
Yep.
I would have picked I don't know, Tim Kelly or someone who's really, really well known. That guy's an elite kick. Shannon Hearn.
Is it a moving target for the left-right?
I don't think so.
You didn't do it?
I can't remember. It was 6.5 years ago.
Gotcha.
But what I'm saying is the NFL, if you're a wide receiver, you do all these wide receiver catching drills in specifically. If you're an offensive tackle, you don't necessarily do that. So you put in what position you're applying for. So QBs do all these throwing drills. There's no point having a running back doing these throwing drills. Yep. So if I was to apply for the AFL draft now, key position player, do I do contested marking drills? Do I do more goal kicking drills? Do I do spoiling drills? I don't know. It's just food for thought. I don't think we go into as much depth as they do. Obviously, there's not enough money, or not as much money rolling around the AFL. And this takes me to my next conversation. Someone does a hammy or something in the AFL combine. Yeah, it hurts their draft stock, and you know what? Worst case scenario, might stop someone to get drafted. They'll lose out on a bit of money. NFL combine, that'll make them lose out potentially on tens of millions of dollars from their draft contract. So there is a slight distinction and difference between the two of them, but it is an interesting topic, and I think there's a lot of work to be done in the area.
I also saw an article written on Code Sports by Mark Duffield saying that the WA Commission have put out an apology to 1,000, saying 1,000 tests were recorded incorrectly.
That's so good to hear.
For the draft combine.
Wow.
Saying that the 20-metre track was actually 21 metres and the vertical and agility test, or the agility course, was not set up properly. And then the vertical jump was just entered incorrectly. I don't know what that one was. Didn't read the whole article, haven't paid for Code. But that was fascinating. They said, if you want to retest, we'll allow you to do it. But that was an interesting hand put up there from the Commission.
People, careers will be made or break. Could be.
But would it off a 21 metre to 20 metre track? It's almost like...
So an agility track, yeah?
Yeah.
If they've set up that wrong, Like, what if it's like this
Well,
guy's
it's just a straight line.
a really agile inside mid and he runs a really poor time?
I'm
Like,
thinking the cones are just a little bit out. I mean, they're apologising for a 21-metre track over 20. That's not make or breaking it.
but still, like, you shouldn't get these things wrong.
Probably not.
It's a pretty closed environment.
That was for men and female for that one. Oz, It's an absolute pleasure talking to you. I'm sorry the result wasn't what we all wanted here who are listening. Thrilled you made it through, and you're certainly going to be back to your best in no time.
Thank you, mate.
Enjoy your day off tomorrow, eh?
Thank you. I will. Back to uni. Thanks,
Cheers.
guys.